Hi everybody, welcome to what is the final video of the day. It was going to be a video about team selections and pair-ups, which you've probably seen if you've been following the guide that I posted earlier on today. That's going to be bumped to the second video for tomorrow, because this video is about the Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Silver Sable, plus other types of changes Kabam are going to be doing and reworks and other stuff like that. So let's have a look at what Kabam have got to say. So first of all, on Negasonic Teenage Warhead, was designed to be a versatile attacker with a straightforward loop, targeting a wide range of skill threats such as Korg and Atuma's Thorns, Bullseye's Counter Evade, and any disruptive Purify and Cleanse abilities in her way. After review, we were pleased to see healthy usage from season to season in competitive gameplay, and a matchup spread across all game types reflecting her targets, while her speed and damage mitigation aren't her strong suits. We're also seeing players effectively utilize her utility across a wide breadth of matchups, a balance that we are happy with. On defense side, her main trick is her Precognition Evade, reinforced by her non-contact basic attacks, making it tricky for incoming attackers to trigger its cooldown. The goal here was to provide her with a powerful and potentially persistent threat that can be kept in check by most tech opponents. Just watch out for those sneaky sig abilities. We're happy to see how this has played out so far, and we're seeing a healthy pool of effective attackers into Negasonic Teenage Warhead in both Battlegrounds and Alliance War, with a large portion of being tech class. No changes are incoming for the champion. Good news. That is good news for the people that have ranked her up. Of course, she's still a little bit of a pest in defense, but when you get it right with the counters, I think last season when I faced off against I used Infamous Iron Man. It didn't work all the time. Maybe it's just down to skill issue. Maybe it's down to the fact that the AI, which Alliance War's got it's got the worst AI in my opinion. But anyway, it is what it is. I think one of the big ones is this. There's some others, but this one's a big one. This is a doozy. Silver Sable is aimed at doing two things especially well: thriving around her Sable mines and triggering a lot of shock effects, with a disorient on her heavy attack. This ability to move those mines with each special one and shock immunity damage substitute. She was also designed with durable loops and varied matchups in mind, especially against science defenders who specialize in on-hit defensive abilities or miss. Obviously, miss being a bit of frustration. While we are glad to see this skill-intensive skill champion has provided opportunity for players to learn new fighting techniques around traps, the complexities of a loop have shown it to be too much for success in anything but the most basic of fights. Silver Sable will be rebalanced to empower her mind-focused playstyle. Specifically, we want to keep her mines and shock applications as the major theme, while giving her gameplay loop more freedom to skillfully navigate types of complex fights her abilities are suited for. So that's good. That is good. There's a bit more. I think there's a bit more here. Yeah, and of course that was teased. It's a tricky one with this champion. It really is. As much as I like the fact that there's kind of skill-orientated champions that have come into game are coming into game, I do feel at times like the ever-changing and extra complexity to a champion when it comes to ramp up does kind of suck away from the fun of actually playing champions a lot of the time. But you've got these champions that low ease of use, low ease of use. So I suppose it's potato. It's each to their own with kind of like, I don't know, people's interest and stuff. Okay, rework and special releases. Back during Vox and Photon's balance update, we mentioned that we'd be keeping an eye on champions who receive updates to their existing kits, such as Luke Cage, Nightcrawler, Mr. Sinister, and more this year in general. These champions and champions released, though different than usual acquisition methods, are one that we monitor after release and then perform a full review as time allows it if state of the champions is found have a bug or clearly under/overperforming. So Kabam have got their work cut out for them because they are releasing a lot of reworks in a very short space of time. So we've got to find out what's going to happen. This being one of them, Mr. Sinister is going to be given as a free champion into the game. If you haven't seen already within the Traders Outpost, I'm sure a lot of people have seen that. That, of course, he's in there as a kind of the big prize that a lot of us are shooting for with our banquet tickets. So what's happening with Mr. Sinister? We're aware of a bug with Mr. Sinister's regeneration rate and its interaction with science portion of his signature ability and the recovery mastery. Due to this bug being live since his rework release, his rework being tuned around his current implementation, and since regeneration is a core piece of his survivability and defender threat, this is something we would like to address during the balance review. While we don't have any details locked in, we're interested in checking in on how his current regeneration rate is playing out in the battle realm, and we'll look to make changes based on what we're seeing. If we're concluding that his regeneration is already performing at a target level despite the science portion of his SIG providing no benefit, then swapping in a new functional ability is a potential course of action. We're in the process of locking in a new build, locking in a target build for Q1 of 2025 for his review and changes, and hope to have more details in our next balance update. That's weird, isn't it? And so they're saying that like he's too extensively regenerating based on, I don't know. Let's bring up a Mr. Sinister. Let's bring up my rank 3 version within the signature ability. So we've got regen rate, increasing regeneration rate by 16%. I suppose if we're talking a very aggressive and annoying defender, I think I've faced off against him once as a defender in Battlegrounds, not Battlegrounds, Alliance Wars. I can't remember if it was last season or the season before. That's the only time I've seen him in War. Wasn't totally ridiculous as a defender, but look, there's things that Kabam think they see. You know, is this scalable? Like, is it 200 signature, rank 5 ascended? They're referring to it being too overkill. That is something like, again, specifics. There's no really specifics there. They're saying that they feel that his recovery mastery and playing into maybe that science, signature ability is ramping it more recovery, frustrating. Is it seeing that there's a problem? I don't know. That's down to like further testing. That's down to like what, I don't know, maybe a Battlegrounds leader sees in War, them getting kills. We'll have to, maybe we should do like a tester of it at some stage to kind of figure out what they mean by that. Recovery mastery, signature ability, playing into it, aggressive regeneration from a defense. We'll have to see. Based on our usual timeline, Silver Sable Rebalance would be released in December. However, to ensure the teams can deliver high quality update amidst the rest of the end of year content coming out, which goes in a banquet event and other stuff, we'll be pushing our Rebalance release 1 month back to January. We look forward to sharing more information about the changes this month. In that month, release notes. You can expect communication about North Star and Arcade's balance review towards the middle of November. And for that, I don't think that Arcade will be changed. North Star, possibly, but I think Arcade will probably be left fine. Is my hazarding a guess with that one. Anyway, that has been the video, the last video for Thursday. So I need to now record the MCN and go to bed. But I am interested in this Mr. Sinister situation because a lot of people will be getting that champion in the coming 2 months. So by picking up him in the next 2 months, whether it's 7-star, look, you're going to have to awaken a 7-star version and high signature, which I tell you what, is not exactly easy to do. So this may be more of focus of the 6-star version because a lot more people in game, look, people will have and do have the 7-star version. But what I'm saying is that from a 6-star perspective, that is the most easier opportune way to 200 signature, ramp up that recovery science elements to it, and see what Kabam are kind of yanking at when it comes to this as it being a bug. Maybe there's something that performs above and beyond what we've just read here with what's in game for the champion and of course the recovery mastery. But anyway, that's been it. Thank you very much for watching. Good night to anybody that's about to go to sleep or is in sleepy times. Thanks for watching. See you soon. What are your thoughts? Comments? Bye.